Hey everybody, it's Joe. I wanted to update everybody on a project that I've been kind of working off and on. It's people who are trying to sell 3D printers will tell you, oh, they can print anything. Well, they can't print anything. I mean, they can't print metal unless you have a metal 3D printer, but never mind. And then they can't print like machines, right? They need other parts. They can print parts for machines. Well, I wanted to build a fully 3D printed engine. Something that would store energy and spit it back out that you could use to power little widgets and do things. And this was my first attempt at it. It had jaggy gears like that. This gear right here is a 3-to-1 reduction or whatever. And it's not in here because I put the hole in the wrong place there. It should have been a little bit further over. So this new version, square gears. So the idea is, in this chamber, in the back, there is a 3D printed spring. It's just a shape that's been printed out that has nothing but shells and no infill that you then snip off. Here, I'll see if I can get half of it out of here for you. You snip off and make that, and it is a spring, and it, takes pressure to release it. And I printed this one with 4 shells. I think I could maybe go up to 6 shells with it. And so that stores it. This part here, printed in a different color because of different iterations, fortunately, compresses that, okay, and then releases it. Or it should, anyways. The latest version, the key, I messed up and it's too big for the hole. But the idea is that this thing right here, okay, it's all one piece, and it goes to here and powers this gear right here. So this flat part here is holding these gears in place, and this gear right here is floating so that when we come back this way, it pulls up, see, it actually did it, and engages these gears so that these gears only turn one direction. Now, I'm not putting the second gear in this one, not because I did it wrong. I did this one right. The third one I did wrong this time. I don't know what my problem is. But I'm trying to if I can just get this gear moving. Unfortunately, these gears are really, I've got too much friction. And I need to work out a way to reduce the friction and things on it. But unfortunately, so I can't do this with the key because I made the keyhole too small for the key. I seriously, just all sorts of problems. But if I'm compressing the gear in the back, or the spring in the back here. That's all the motion I get out of it. Just, and it springs too fast. I don't know. I think it's got potential. It's a work in progress. This is as much as I've got. The latest version is up on Thingiverse. You'll just have to print the spring out as no fill layers, no infill, and then cut it and flip them around so that they're inverted. Maybe try 6 layers. I don't know. It doesn't work right now, but that's the idea. And if any of you have any ideas on how to make this work, go to Thingiverse, download the model, fix it for me, please. I really want to see this work. I really think it can. So the way it assembles is you put the main drive gear here, the floating gear here. The floating gear has to be assembled with a pin so that it's on both sides. And then this harness across here this is the hardest part to put in, honestly. You put this back in first, and then you slide it in across. You have these gears in place before you do that. Sorry, these gears in place before you do that because it has the other half of the gears that's going to hold them in place. It's too tight. Something's wrong with it. The tolerances are off. I don't know. It's got potential, though. I mean, take a look. Okay? I mean, it's providing its own feedback. It's just not engaging. Something's wrong. I'm no expert on machines. I just figured out this floating gear thing by taking apart other machines and seeing how they work. I'm excited to get to this point, but I'm kind of starting to get discouraged. So if you have any ideas, comment, more especially, download the files and see if you can figure out how to make this work for me, because frustrating. Oh, the other thing, when you're putting this in, this has to be engaged a little bit because this arm goes into the area, it keeps the drive arm from popping out. It's actually holding everything in place. So it's all one completed system. It's got some cleverness to it. It just doesn't work. That's what I got so far. If you can make it work, please. Please. Thank you. Talk to you guys later.